Now in conversation F, Sally and Dennis continue to examine or observe the sculptures outside the main building, and Sally says, "Hey, these people are lining up." To line up means people get in a line because they're waiting for something, maybe to get into a theater, for example.
Or if you want to buy tickets to a really popular concert or a movie, sometimes you have to line up and wait your turn. Well, they line up. It looks like they can't wait to get inside and appreciate朱銘's great works of art. Dennis thinks it's really kind of interesting because you can see all sorts of people coming to see朱銘's artwork. It's not just one type of person, maybe like college students or really old people. It's a big mixture or variety of people who are interested.
That's true, but also the people that he has in his artwork, well, there are quite a few of them. Lots of different people, all sorts of people in his artwork, and visitors can decide for themselves who those people are and what those people are thinking. So it gives you a lot of freedom to sort of look at these works of art and decide for yourself what they mean and who the people are.
Now Sally's pretty excited now. She reads a sign and it gets her really smiling. What's on the sign? Well, it says she can touch the pieces of artwork. So she's pretty excited. Well, Dennis goes, "Hey, what are we waiting for? Let's party. Let's have a good time." So they pretend to dance with the sculptures. So they probably grab hands with some of the sculptures and pretend to be dancing, maybe waltzing perhaps. When you pretend, it means you're doing something as if it's real, but it's not. Sometimes for Halloween, we dress up and pretend we're things like ghosts and monsters.
That's what we might do at Halloween. And here Sally stops suddenly to jot down some notes. I just mentioned this term, to jot down. That just means to quickly write something down in a very short form so that you can remember it later.
Well, Dennis goes, "What's the matter? Are you afraid you're going to forget something?" Well, she actually has an idea for her project that just came to her. So, Tom, I think she's just gotten some inspiration. Now, she said the inspiration came to her while they were goofing around. Now, you know what goofing around is, right? Sometimes you're supposed to be working and instead you're playing. Or maybe you're just doing some silly things, and that's when her inspiration came. It happens a lot of times. You never know when inspiration's going to strike or hit you.
You're exactly right. Well, here to goof around is our shortcut for you for today. So let's take a closer look.
Shortcut for you.
So, did you do anything fun last night?
Well, me and my friends were just goofing around.
Goofing around? Is that a new game or something?
To goof around means to do silly things like play games or tell jokes.
Oh, so goof around is 打混嬉闹的意思. Yeah, you guys are always goofing around.
It's not true. We can be serious sometimes.
But at school, you're always goofing around.
That's true.
And at home, you're always goofing around.
I guess we are always goofing around.
When you say something comes to you, it just means an idea suddenly just appears in your head. You weren't trying, it just happened. And that's when she got her inspiration.
And Dennis says, "Great, but I hope you're not thinking of making a funny sculpture of me. I hope that's not your idea. I don't want to look like a fool in your artwork."
He better be careful. She might. Well, she says, "Why would I want to do that? You're already my favorite blockhead." Now, you can sometimes describe artwork, especially sculptures or statues, as blocks of art because they're usually solid. But a blockhead is just a word you call someone who's a little silly.
That's right. Lucy in the Peanuts cartoons often calls Charlie Brown a blockhead. That's usually not a nice thing to say. And Dennis looks confused for a moment, and then they stroll away. Now, to stroll just kind of means to walk slowly, and you're not in a hurry. You're just enjoying yourself. Stroll can also be a noun, to go for a stroll on a trail, for example.
Okay, listeners, we're going to now take a few minutes for our Chinese teacher, and then we'll be back.